Hello, listeners of the Art Versations podcast. Hello. Did you like that intro? I'm trying new things every week because I feel like I'm gradually just getting off key every time I start this. Hello. Hi. I hope you all had a great week. My name is Bri, like the cheese. I am the host of the Art Versations podcast, and if you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in. Lovely to have you to join this community. Please tell your friends. I'm trying to expand the reach of my audience, so I would love to have new listeners come in every week. That would be awesome. And you can definitely direct message me on the podcast Instagram at ArtVersationsPod. If you have any questions or any feedback, I'd love to hear it. So yeah. My guest this week was Tavia Christina. They are an emerging artist, a dancer based in Toronto. And Tavia's always inspired me to be courageous in this ever-changing world of art. I met Tavia probably about 6 years ago, and we've continued our relationship in such a positive way. And I've worked with Tavia and her partner in crime, Rachel Fergini, with their company NEAR&FAR Projects. And I really enjoyed our chat. They are also a huge advocate for mental health awareness and bringing representation to minority groups, which is super important. So we touch a little bit upon that, and please enjoy. Global,
Mr. Worldwide.
Pitbull shows up, you know? Hi, Tavia.
Are we starting?
Yes, we are.
Oh, God.
Do you want to?
Okay. I thought it was on, and I was like, whoop.
It is on.
Oh, crap.
Do you want me to start that again? We can keep it rolling.
Yeah, just keep her going.
Yeah.
Let the flow.
Let the flow. I just want to make sure you're comfortable.
I'm fine.
You're so cute. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for sitting with me.
Anytime.
I'm very excited to catch up. I feel like I haven't seen you in a little while.
Yeah,
we're not at the gyms.
Yeah.
At the gym. But yeah. What did you slept until 3 today, didn't you?
Hey, yes.
Good.
For those who are wearing headphones, take them out.
Yeah, sorry, headphone users. We might be screaming a lot during this.
Hi, guys. It's Tavia Christina. Back at it again with Bri Clarke.
Back at it again with the podcast.
Season 2.
I wish I had a soundboard. Oh, my God. I would just be, like, pressing buttons left and right.
Do it in post.
I can. I guess I could. Here's a sound bite right now. There it is.
Hey.
Okay, let's get started. What have you seen recently that you're like super inspired by? Any piece of art, theater, not live? It could be like a movie or something.
Well, since graduating, I've had a lot more free time to be a person. That's good. Like graduating the dance program. Still in school.
Woo!
Always a student.
Yes, always.
I think there was one week where I saw Ryerson dances, TDT. Yeah, I think 2 shows 1 week. That was a lot.
That's a lot, yeah.
TDT's show was really interesting. It was very different from what I've seen from that company before.
What about it was different?
Well, it was Amy Henderson instead of Christopher House as the director, like the choreographer. The costuming was beautiful. The movements were like the vocabulary that they were using was very modern still, but more pedestrian, I would say. Like it wasn't like a show. It was like a more contemporary, like experimental kind of show for the company.
That's good.
It was. Like, I really liked seeing something different from them.
Yeah.
Funny enough, some audience members, when me and my friends were watching the show, like, literally just straight up left. And I was like, how rude do you have to be?
Like, in the middle of the show, just left?
Yeah, they just straight up left. It was, like, an hour and a bit of, like, continuous, like, movement and stuff.
Theater etiquette.
I know.
Like are you kidding? You also paid the money. Like, just stay.
And they were, like, very old, like...
Really?
Yeah, like, old people.
Because you'd think that, like, old people would enjoy theater and would just, like, sit down. Were they were, offended or something? Or
I don't know if it was offense. I think they were just, like, confused or, like, they didn't recognize something similar from, like, something, I guess, that they've been watching for a while.
Like the normal repertoire work.
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay.
Watching Ryerson dances was really good. Shout out to Bri Clarke solo in Elisa Pierre's work.
I have to actually, I didn't even think about this, but you just reminded me of, we finished the show, we finished that piece.
And I start screaming.
And all you hear is, go Brianna! And I had a moment of like, hi.
Closes at 5 today.
Okay, thank you. We love visitors here on the Art Versations podcast. So many visitors. Okay, what was I saying? You were screaming. And I didn't clock in it was you. I didn't even know someone said my name.
Yeah.
And so I finished the bow and I just kind of like stood there and everybody else in the line with me were like, Brianna, like that was for you. And I was just like wide-eyed, like what's going on? I've never had someone
in the audience.
I'd never had someone like scream out for me. It was very nice.
Anytime. I love supporting you.
I'm appreciative that you came.
I was so sick, like I had a flu or something, so I dressed up in like a gray tracksuit or something, I remember.
You looked fly. You looked good.
But I was alone. Like I just straight up went alone, and I was sitting right next to people who were in my class, and as soon as I did that, they looked over and they're like, Tavia, you're here? And I was like,
hiding behind sunglasses. You're
yes.
Like, this is my disguise.
And I'm like, you were really being quiet. It's like,
No, that's cool. You mentioned to me in our discussion before this started that you wanted to be like a community voice, and you just have now with your free time after finishing the dance program, you are exactly what kind of position do you have at the RSPSU?
Oh, it's
what's
RCDS.
Your, RCDS.
Yeah, so
my bad.
The Ryerson's Communication and Design Society. I hold the title of Performance Director, which means that I'm like a community liaison between RCDS and the performance school, which includes production, dance, and acting.
I see, okay.
Yeah, me and the president, Dua, Queen, had like an interview process with everyone else on the board of directors. We met up like a couple times, and then she told me that I got it, and I was super excited.
Cool.
Yeah, and I plan on doing some things that'll hopefully make some progressive waves in the future.
Mm-hmm, like what?
I am currently invested in finding some sort of, hub for mental health awareness at the School of Performance.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah, just
really
because over my last 4 years, I've known people who have struggled with that, and same with myself heavily. Mm-hmm. Especially being embedded in such a small group of people in, like, a basement.
In a basement, literally.
With no sunlight.
In a bubble of just go to the same place every day.
See the same people, do the same thing.
Totally.
Yeah. So I emailed some, I don't know how to, like, executives, I would say.
Oh, like at the top of the RCDS?
No, not of the top of the RCDS.
Okay.
The top of the Student Mental Health and Awareness Group.
Oh, great, okay.
So I plan on reaching out to them in the new year, come the new semester, to sort of tell them how our school is specifically feeling, and because they do provide a lot of great platforms for like regular students who have like either a heavy full like course load or part-time, and they have like some activities like weekly dog sessions or like
so fun.
counseling or whatever, which I'm sure you can attest to.
Yep, I use it. I've been trying to go like at least once a month. You know.
But with our schedule being at the School of Performance for
that's the only reason I didn't go more.
60 hours a week, if not more, it's quite difficult and strenuous for us to sort of navigate like, oh crap, like I'm gonna miss like ballet from 12 to 1 or whatever because I have to go take care of myself. And then you already feel like the negative impacts on that.
Yep.
And
attendance is so strict.
So mandatory and stuff like that. And it just makes you feel worse for trying to take care of yourself, and that's not okay.
Absolutely.
And I know a couple of people who've like gone into student crisis mode as myself. And like, I don't know, the faculty looks at you differently because you don't really have some sort of like nice foundation of communication to begin with. I don't know, I feel like personally it's sort of segregated, and if you sort of make the time to befriend them or talk to them or go to their office hours, make that relationship, they see you differently as well.
Yeah.
But ever since I was in like crisis mode, they're like, oh shit, like this girl's going through it, like she's one of those.
And they kind of step back rather than help a little bit.
Like our director, she really helped me guide me through that time and provide me with lots of opportunities to seek help and counseling and stuff like that. And since then, I've been in a path to sort of regenerating myself or healing the traumas and whatnot. But I feel like a student shouldn't have to go into like full lockdown of mental health crisis in order to be looked at or to be heard or to be like taken seriously. Yeah, like that's not fair because everyone at that school struggles with mental health on their own levels. It's like a school embedded in like literal trauma because it's like your body that you're assessing, or it's like your voice that you're assessing, or your look, or how you make something work, or just straight up heavy schedules and whatnot. So my plan is to sort of talk to these executives and say, hey, like, I totally understand that you provide XYZ for students. However, the School of Performance feels like it's lacking because of our schedules, and I know for a fact that if there was statistics to be held, like, a lot of the students in that school suffer from mental health illnesses and whatnot. And I feel like there needs to be some sort of, I don't know, either one-on-one counseling or just like group counseling or therapy dogs for like an hour or two a week and stuff like that, specifically for the School of Performance.
And almost like bringing it into our little basement as well, so that it's just more accessible. More
accessible, and like I feel like the faculty needs to be involved too in some way, or else they just might see it as like a missed opportunity.
Do you think it also would be nice to have someone who isn't your teacher or your, you know, professor or whatever, like a third party person who's maybe has been an artist or is an artist, and then can, you know, just you see them when you need it, like whenever you're just feeling like that class didn't go so well, or you have like a million things you have to get done and you need like an hour of, you know, mental health stuff,
like venting,
like right there, like they're right there, rather than like
you have to schedule it 3 months in advance to like be screened.
I know all that. And even right now the counseling center that they offer us is under construction, so my appointments that I had lined up got pushed back like 2 weeks at least. I'm thinking, well, you know,
and it makes you feel dismissed.
Exactly.
And that's not fun.
No, that's not what you need when you're in crisis mode.
Or just having a low period of time.
Right.
Other things like outside of Ryerson that provide artists with that sort of like one-on-one counseling from a psychologist or psychiatrist who has like an artist background is DTRC.
Yes, I heard about this. Dancer Transition Resource Center?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So they do that, which is something I would love to incorporate at the School of Performance, but
Cool.
like that's like big goal dream achieving kind of thing.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to have that plan.
Mm-hmm.
It could happen.
And then like dial it back and sort of see what each class needs, or like my plan for the new year is to sort of meet with like the directors of each program and then talk to their class reps and sort of file like a Google Doc and be like, hey, like what do you think your class needs in terms of like therapy, help, what do you need?
Nice.
What do you find like your community dynamic is, and stuff like that.
That's really cool.
I just think it's needed.
It's really cool.
Because we have, like, we as artists in that school do so much, like physical, mental, emotional, like whatever. Like we're just constantly putting ourselves out there.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
And at such young ages too, like there's there's a good chance that all of us will at least come out of the end at like in a brighter light, obviously. But during these 4 years, like most of us have moved away from home, or feel lonely, or like have to deal with high stress responsibilities. And if we have no one to talk to rather than just our friends or the teachers. Yeah. No, I think that's really, really cool.
And as much as having a good support system at home or with your friends is, it's so important to have a mental health professional see that other side of you.
To help you along your career path, your emotional path. Yeah.
And sometimes you just don't feel comfortable unpacking things with your friends or family.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But they should be the ones to help you, like the mental health professionals.
That's their job.
It's literally their job. Like, none of your friends can save you. They don't have that sort of background. They're sort of immersed with it as you are.
Right.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
But see, I hope that doesn't happen to everyone learning it the hard way, you know? There's that thing of, like, the broken artist, you know? Like, you have to be sad to be an artist, you know?
What I thought I was throughout all of high school.
It's like, why put that pressure on yourself? Like,
I don't know.
If you're... But, you know, like, you went through it, and I'm, you know, happy as your friend to hear that you're healing and taking matters into your own hands. And then also giving back to the community. I think that is really admirable.
I think there's like this quote where I'm gonna like fuck it up, but something along the lines of generational trauma stops with one person starting the healing process.
Oh, wow.
And I think that's really important for personal reasons and also for like community reasons. Like dance is, again, sort of trauma embedded or like racism, like just straight up racism. Or, I don't know, like gender issues and whatnot.
Stereotypical.
Yeah.
We have a history of like looking back at women as prostitutes, looking back at men as, you know, having to be this strong thing for the woman. And I know that's mostly ballet, but I think like it sort of just comes in and out of all styles. Yeah,
Misty Copeland sort of touched on like the Nutcracker. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, I literally was about to bring this up.
Yeah. And when I saw her like post about that, I was like, honestly, seriously, it's so fucked up that you think that you can cast like one person of color and think that you're changing the world. Like, yes, that's a step to like positive futurity, but that's not the problem. You're like just slapping a little bit.
Yeah, or just like tokenism, like just putting one little section of it that's traditionally like in the Nutcracker where you have like the Russian dance and you go through this like different locations and you're like, what's going on? Why are we like jumping between, you know?
Yeah.
And they're all, you know, wearing costumes that would, I guess, represent a typical culture or something like that. And
yes, just straight up a racist ballet.
Yeah, like it's just like the lines are so blurred there. Yeah. That's really interesting.
I don't know if you follow them too. Hey, hold on, let me see.
Biscuit Ballerina?
No.
That's a very funny account if people want to follow that.
What is it about?
It's like this girl who literally makes fun of ballet and like puts on her point shoes wrong and like purposely does the variation like wrong. It's really
my
funny.
god, this is gonna bother me. Ah! I've reposted so many of their things. Damn it.
Is it a ballet company?
No, it's just this POC queer-friendly podcast about dance. I can't remember what the title is called.
Gosh.
Oh my god, it's slipping my mind. And
Not being an artist is fucking killing me.
no, they're in New York.
They're in New York.
I'm pretty sure.
It's
Damn it. I need to find it.
gonna come in like 3 a.m. tomorrow.
I know. I literally hate. Okay, wait. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Oof. Okay, hold on.
I'm always looking to promote a new podcast,
Oh my god.
especially one that's inclusive of all peoples.
Why can't I fucking find it?
It's okay. I can link it down below after if people want to check it out.
I feel so bad.
It's fine. This is what podcasts are all about.
Brain
Unedited.
farts.
Yeah, there you go. Brain farts.
But yeah, it's literally just this podcast who straight up tells it like it is.
Cool.
They're like,
When you find it, tell me, and I'll link it below.
it's gonna bother me.
Because I want to know about this. Yeah, like this. So it and it talks about racism or talks about
They also promote people of color, indigenous folks, queer folks in their dance careers or
Great.
Yeah, stuff like that.
We need that. Yeah.
We so need that. There was this meme the other day that I saw. It was like 3 older women in Tim Hortons, and the caption was the board of directors thinking of how they're gonna.
Oh.
Have you seen? Did you see
I
it?
haven't seen it, but that
Yeah.
just made me
The board of directors
cringe.
trying to find their people of color like opportunities or like promotion of stuff like that, and I was like, oh motherfucker,
It's so real.
it's so real because we have to change things at the top, and that's
know.
so. It's not that it's impossible, but it's just like people need to learn how to open their fucking eyes.
It's funny that like dance or theater or like art in general still has that problem, because I feel like of the many industries we're the most inclusive, or we try to be the most inclusive, because like anyone can be an artist. Like you don't have to be a certain age or color or race or whatever.
Well,
But for some reason it's still bad.
Dance is literally born from Africa. It's like they're born from those types of culture. Indigenous forms of dance and stuff like that.
Right.
And then colonialism happened.
Yeah. Do you find that this is something that you try and put into your art as much as you can? Like without being like, I'm going to tell a story about indigenous peoples because then I can be, ranked as person who does that? Or is it just like it happens, it comes out, and it is a part of your practice?
Yeah, because, well, I am Métis, so I I'm eating a bagel. Hold on. We'll get back to that sometime.
Is it salmon?
No, tomato and cheddar cheese.
Oh, it looks like salmon.
No, that's too smelly. So I am a two-spirited artist. I am Métis, and I am learning how to advocate for people who do not have less. This is such a hard topic to sort of describe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to show my voice that through colonialism I've lost my own culture, and I've sort of have to relearn, regain, restructure my livelihood in order to feel comfortable and affirmed with this title.
Did it come recently that you found out about this? Or
No, I've known my whole life.
Okay.
I just haven't accepted it. It's sort of like coming out. Seriously.
Okay, but wow, that has to happen. That it's like a big thing, and you have to announce it to everyone. And
I don't even like,
or you know,
feel like I have to do that. It's just that like people tell me all the time, like, oh, you're indigenous, or like, oh, were you like raised on a reserve, or like stuff like they're just straight up questioning my identity, and like that is not fucking fair. Like, you don't have the right to do that. Like, I don't ask you, like, I'm not asking you that. Yeah, my friend Cricket and I, she's indigenous rights activist in Toronto. We have this conversation back and forth all the time, like just straight up being like, yes, like we're here for a reason, to promote our voice, to save our culture, to tell people this is a colonistic or colonized country, and it's not changing anytime fucking soon
unless people, you know, advocate and speak up, I guess.
Yeah, it's like we have to put our lives on the fucking line all the time.
Wow. But it does, like, it influence your practice.
Totally influences my practice.
Cool. Well, even the piece you did at Choreo last year.
Yeah, last year. Red Wind. It was about the missing / murdered Indigenous women across Canada. And I did a lot of, like, collective research with my artists involved. And I made them read these things or like watch these like videos and whatnot to sort of start a conversation. And I think that's the most important thing that you can do, is to start a conversation towards activism or change.
And educate and be informed. And
yeah, and a lot of the people who were like in the piece were like, yeah, I had no idea. I was like, yeah, there isn't even a number to represent the totality of missing / murdered Indigenous women in Canada.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, it's so upsetting. It's awful. Because people just straight up don't care.
It's funny because even in my formal education, in my primary education, I was never informed about any of this. And now I'm having to look back, and I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but I took a course about 2 years ago, and just like it was only one course, you know, but I was immediately opened up to like so much more research that I have to do, just to be like, as a Canadian, just to feel like I actually know what the history of our, you know, country has been through. And you know, I'm not Indigenous, but I love watching Indigenous art. I think it's very passionate and has a lot to say, and yeah, I think the more people that can, like you say, get a discussion going, talk about it, I think that's great.
Involvement. That really helps. Like I don't feel proud to say that I'm Canadian, because that's not our land. Like, that's not their land to retitle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely influences my practice or my research and whatnot. Yeah, and just promoting others within these communities of POC, queerness, Indigenous, and stuff like that.
All the groups that seem to get tossed aside a little bit, you know?
Definitely. Yeah. Like something as simple as me not receiving my OSAP because I have to prove to the government that I'm Indigenous. Like something as
you have to do
small
another
as
step. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck? Why are you questioning my identity?
Why is that important for me to get an education?
Yeah, or
to have the funds to get an education.
Yeah. That's the tease.
Sips with the pinky out. Let's move on to something a little bit more. Well, no, I mean, I love talking about this stuff just because. But NEAR&FAR Projects, you're missing your better half. But what do you?
Shout out to Rachel Fashini.
We love Rachel. What's coming up?
What's going on?
Yeah, plug
with the company.
anything.
So, Right now, NEAR&FAR Projects is doing our annual web series, which I'm so excited to be, like, the one leading it this year.
It's great. Mm-hmm. It's modern. It's with the times. I think it's awesome.
For sure. So this is our 3rd year doing it, and in the past we've sort of structured it as, like, Rachel and I would create these videos with some other emerging artists, like, showing our choreography and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And this year we sort of flipped it around and we're like, hey, we have this platform and we want others to be a part of it so that we can showcase their work and spread it across North America and whatnot.
Love it.
So we have 3 emerging artists this year. You and Evan Webb.
Woohoo. Check it out.
Maren Jessam. And then I have my friends Ellen Gordon and Isabella Mahmoud from the UK, Staunch.
Cool.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm really excited.
Global.
Mr. Worldwide.
Pitbull shows up?
Yes. So...
That's on YouTube. It's going to be coming out.
Not on YouTube.
Not on YouTube.
So what we're doing this year, we're trying to, like, Instagram it forward and do IGTV.
Love.
It's going to be on our website as well.
NEAR&FARprojects.com.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out.
So every Friday, starting December 20th, we will release a viral dance video.
By the time this podcast goes up, all 3 will be up. So definitely check that out.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yeah. That's great.
And then we also have a big thing. Cue music.
This is when I add in the sound effect.
We're a part of the Toronto Fringe Festival.
Woo. So cool.
Yeah, we've also been applying for Fringe because it's a lottery system. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's draw of the hat. Mm-hmm. But we were so happy to be chosen this year.
Yeah.
We got some big plans.
Can you reveal anything?
They're in the
secret?
Works, to be honest.
Okay.
But Rachel and I are choreographically doing something new. So,
awesome. Oh, a new work. Okay.
Yeah, it is a new work, but the ideas of how we structure the choreography of the show is going to be different for us as well.
Okay.
So, like, in DXP, we both, like, collaborated in the sense of, like, she does some choreography, I do some choreography in the whole entirety of the piece.
Right.
So that was nice, but now we're doing something completely different where it's, I guess you would call it a split bill, but it's not really a split bill.
Okay.
Same concept, same, like, thematics of the show, but, I'm choreographing the first half and Rachel's choreographing the second half. Mm. And whatever happens in the first half will be, like, reflected on or touched upon within the second half.
Cool.
Yeah.
So a little bit of, like, sharing the load, but then does that mean that the first half has to be finished before the second half can be created, or?
We have no idea.
Not sure. Mm-hmm. I think that's cool that you are collaborating in a different way. Like,
yeah.
Instead of, like, let's do it all together, like, separating it a bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've never done it, so we're just like, hey, why not? Well, let's just try it.
Yeah, keep it fresh. It's good. Yeah.
Because it's always nice to, like, grow our own voices first. Mm-hmm. That's what we've been struggling with for, like, the last year, sort of finding our own artistic voice and choreography and whatnot, and how both of us can apply that together and build, like, this unified strength.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough, especially because we're both emerging artists.
Yeah, there's a lot that has to be done, but I think it's good that both of you can help the company move forward with 2 different perspectives, but then, you know, compromising into one. Mm-hmm. I always love working with you guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Fringe. What else? How was the residency at, I'm going to butcher the name, Heliconian Club?
It's still going, so...
Oh, that's right. It was like a year or 10 months?
Yeah,
10 months?
It started in September and it ends in June/July.
Awesome.
Yeah, so what we do is we have this beautiful, beautiful space in Yorkville. It's like a renovated church. Yeah, it's so nice. And what we do is we just have, like, space to create. And there's a bunch of... It's a women's-only club, which is, like, kind of nice.
Perfect, yeah.
Woman with an X.
Ooh. What does that mean?
Well, just because I use different pronouns, I don't fully identify as a woman.
I see. WXM.
WOMXN.
Okay. I'm learning.
Yeah! So we just have space to create and the freedom to create whatever we'd like in between those 10 months, and we'll probably be using it for the Fringe Festival. And we've used it for, like, past events that we've had earlier this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Lots going on, lots of grants to apply for, lots of...
Yes. Lots of fundraising.
Yeah, just trying to make money in
Yes.
some way. Yes. On Patreon?
We'll probably set up an Indiegogo or something like that.
Okay. Check that out.
Fringe.
Yes. Cool.
Yes.
Well, thanks for sitting with me. I'm nervous talking to you.
Why?
I don't even know.
Oh my god. We've literally known each other for like 6 years.
I know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I think I met you at like a competition.
Yeah, we met at comp.
I think it was Hall of Fame.
Yes, it was.
Buffalo?
Yeah, it was.
You had long hair.
Oh,
And I remember I watched your solo and I was like, who is this chick? She's like the coolest person I've ever met. Never seen in my life.
I remember watching your tap production group.
With the puppets?
With the Muppets, yeah. I was like, oh, this is sick! Their studio was so nice, and they wrote us a freaking card at the end of the competition being like, we love dancing with you guys. And I was like, fuck, I love Ottawa.
We were into some like very warm fuzzy... That year, we, like, every competition, we just wanted to, like, get to know the other people.
That's so nice, because dance comps are hell on earth for me.
I know. Do you ever, like, look back and think, like, if I didn't do competitive dance, like, would I be the same dancer, or would it be better, would it be worse? Like,
yeah, I think about that a lot.
Like, what are some things that you've, like, left at competition, like, you're not gonna continue with now?
The negativity. The body shaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are some things that...
Confidence.
Oh, God.
I don't know, competition dance was really hard for me, especially because I went to a studio where 99% of the class was famous, so I felt like the odd one out all the time. Like, being next to, like, these stars, or, like, stars in training and whatnot. I'm like, haha, I just want to move my body. Like, I want to be weird.
I don't have that many Instagram followers, but I can, get my leg up.
Yeah, my leg is up. I'm a cool mover.
Yeah,
like, I don't understand. Yeah, so I always felt like the second one up to most of my classmates, which is a learning thing. It probably has to do with my self-confidence and whatnot, but yeah, a lot of good memories. A lot of weird, good memories at comp.
But I mean, it's made you who you are, Like, I look back and I think, like, I wish I could have been in Toronto or something like that. But I'm like, Ottawa was nice. It was just, like, a different experience. So you take things, but then what are some things that you do take from competition that, like...
My energy. Oh, my God.
Okay. Like, before a show, like, getting yourself up, or...
No, just, like, the drive of... Yeah, just straight up drive. I don't know, because I was always at my studio, like, night and freaking day dancing. Wow. I feel like there was one year, like, grade 11 or something, I was at my dance studio more than I was at my house. Like... Really, eh? Like, yeah, that committed. Like, 32 hours a week.
Wow.
Like, I calculated, and I was like, oh, God.
It's like a full job.
It is. But oh, God, it really was.
So that's helped you, like, now be more, like, on the game and on the ball.
I think one of my friends was like, yeah, you're always going to be tired doing this, but just get over it. I was like, yeah, I am over it now. You just got to keep pushing. You just have to keep working. You want to, yeah. Okay. And comp was great because, like, I met people like you, like Emma, like Keanu. Yeah. And then I had a big fascination with Ottawa for a little bit. Really? Yeah, I really wanted to move. Like the people from Ottawa? Yeah. You wanted to move to Ottawa? Yes, wow. I did. That's funny. Fresh Ottawa in the summer of grade 11, and I was like, oh, I love this place.
2014?
Mm-hmm. Were you there?
I don't think I was there that year. That was like the one year I didn't do fresh. I was at Arts Umbrella that year. That's interesting. So you were in class with everyone?
I was at Leeming.
Work. Leeming Dance Works. Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah. I had a blast.
It's a good place. It's like
a little sacred hub.
I mean, to be honest, like, I was just there this weekend, and not a lot of people are dancing anymore. Like, there's this whole big spell, that, like, black spell that's been, like, put on where nobody wants to dance, like, past grade 10.
Weird.
Yeah. So, like, my studio right now has, like, only a few seniors, but they have seniors, but they're young seniors. And so it influences the dance routines they do differently.
Of course.
When I was teaching, like, it was just, like, they're a lot shyer, they're a little bit more insecure, they're dealing with, like, they don't have someone to look up to who's, like, in grade 12.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tough.
Yeah. Anyways, Ottawa. Well, thank you for sitting with me.
Anytime.
I guess we'll leave it there. I mean...
Yeah, if there's anything else you want
check out NEAR&FAR Projects.
NEAR&FARprojects.com or at NEAR&FAR Projects on Instagram.
And of course, follow Tavia on her socials.
Tavs Christina, Instagram.
Very good. Look at that. She spelled it out for you. Now you have to do it. Thank you, Tavia.
Shout out to Bri Clarke.
I love you.
Love you too.
Thank you so much for listening to the Art Versations podcast. If you like what you heard, subscribe, rate, and leave a review to help the podcast grow. As well, follow the podcast on Instagram at ArtVersationsPod. That's ArtVersationsPod. You'll find photos of each of my guests so you can match a voice to a face. Let's keep the conversation going. DM me with your own thoughts about art, as I would love to hear them. I'm always up for a good old-fashioned chat. Till next time.